Here with me now, I have Melanie Trottier, and she's from the Icon Museum and Study Center, formerly known as the Russian Icon Museum, right here in Clinton. So, welcome.
Thank you.
We're happy to
Thanks.
have you. So, to start, tell me a little about specifically about your position.
Sure. So I'm manager of administration at the museum. And like everyone at the museum, we wear a whole bunch of different hats and we've gone through different roles at the museum. So I started as event coordinator way back in the pre-COVID times when events were going really strong. And then I was executive coordinator and now manager of administration. So yeah.
Well, speaking before we get into information on the museum, speaking of wearing different hats, you're also a board member of the Clinton Area Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's a newer hat.
Yeah.
And it's been really, really fun and enlightening to find out more about the businesses in Clinton and kind of be part of that network. And we've actually gotten to host their series,
Yeah.
employment law, and all kinds of really great topics for business owners. So.
It's such a great spot, and we're so thankful of how accommodating you've been and the offer to host us, and so many people that come into this space. I think the last seminar series that we had, they were saying, "Oh, this is like a great space, a hidden space to know." So you have the projector there. You have anything from like round tables to just seats, and you can accommodate different. Doesn't have to be a seminar, but small events. You've had rehearsal dinners there, etc. So it is like a hidden little spot to have.
Yeah, it's an amazing. Not everyone knows we also have a rooftop terrace. We have all kinds of little spaces within the museum that can accommodate different events. But we are really happy to be able to host those. As a nonprofit, we're usually looking for money, right? We're not able to fund other things always, but we can certainly open our space to the Clinton Chamber, the Worcester Chamber, which has been really fun. And then we always tell people, don't leave if you're in a rush. We understand, like business owners are always headed to the next thing, but if you have time to come visit the museum, it's definitely worth it. And you can get a little behind the scenes tour.
Yeah. Tell me just a little bit about the brief history. I know it could be a long story to tell, but just a little bit of how and why it started and the reason behind it, maybe the family behind it.
Sure. Yeah, family, and especially one man, Gordon Langton. That is probably the number one question that visitor service desk staff gets asked is why icons in Clinton? Why Russian icons in Clinton? And the answer is just basically this Gordon Langton's passion for the Russian icon. He was the president and CEO of NIPRO, which is our neighbor just across the way, which is now Jayville. Although the NIPRO Foundation is still an entity in our neighborhood. And Gordon was, from his trips to the Soviet Union, business trips, he became fascinated with the icons. So he had this plastics nylon company across the way, and through his travels, he really fell in love with the icon. He started collecting, and it wasn't someone who collected by half measures. Whatever he decided to go into, he really put his heart into it and his money into it. So he ended up with a collection of 1,000 icons, and they needed a space. And the story I heard was that his wife Janet said, enough, no more icons in the house. So he collected the icons. He also collected toy cars. He collected, for those of you who remember, the African Gallery through the Sunset Boutique. And we still get people who ask about that too. He collected African art of all sorts. So he has passed away now, but his legacy really does live on in the museum, which ended up here because he wanted to give back to this community. NIPRO had supported him. People of Clinton had supported NIPRO, and he in turn wanted to make Clinton a destination for this this very small niche collection.
Exactly what it has done. It's something that you'd see, in Boston or expect in a city, but to have it here in Clinton, you get people from all over who come, sometimes by bus even.
Yeah, it's true. And we've had really interesting exhibits, especially in the early days, from the Tretiakov Gallery in Moscow, from the Andrei Rublev Museum. And we've undergone, we're now expanding our focus. We have, with the new name, we have a new mission, new logo, new website. You'll see.
Tell
and
me a little bit
hopefully-
about the change of
Yeah,
names and
sure.
when
So,
that was rolled out.
yeah, so October 14th was our big reveal. We had Clinton Savings very generously sponsored a banner, which we had unroll from the ceiling. And
Wow.
so we could show everyone the new name and the new logo at the same time. So Museum of Russian Icons, and now the Icon Museum and Study Center.
Yeah.
So that name change was really also signifies just a change in our focus.
Mhm.
We are expanding. Not everyone, when people think of an Orthodox icon, they think often of Russia, and that is absolutely the core of our collection.
Yeah.
Is Russian icons. But they're also, Orthodoxy worldwide includes countries like Ethiopia and Greece. We have Veneto-Cretan icons, excuse me, that are, we're now expanding our collection to those areas.
Mhm.
So it's been really interesting to, bolstering those collections. At the same time, the Russian icons are the heart of our collection,
Right.
but the new name really has to reflect our new scope.
Yes.
So
Yeah, and doesn't limit you and to keep growing and growing and showing
right.
what you have. So
Right.
I think it's awesome and I love the name. And I'm looking forward to seeing like the logo and stuff go up outside and for the whole change that you've taken on. Can you tell me about some events that you might have coming up in the near
Sure.
future?
Yeah, sure. So our next, we do member events regularly. We also have events that are open to the public. Our next event coming up is the 7th of December. We've
Okay.
got 5 to 7, we've got a holiday open house. So this is one of my personal favorite events. I love doing the holiday decorating and everything.
Yeah.
So we, our space, and we have we put up lights, and we put up a huge Christmas tree in our main excuse me, our main gallery, which is now our Gordon B. Langton Gallery. It was renamed. So we have the tree lighting every year, and then this year we have a treat. There's a pianist, Ekaterina Willewald, who is an amazing concert pianist who's coming to do some festive holiday pieces for us. So there's that mini concert. So if you're not a member, you can do it today. You can become a member, or you can find a member that can take you as a friend. And then if I do have some spaces left, so if anyone's watching this and they're interested, if they get in touch with the museum, if they RSVP by December 1st, we can find that place around the tree for the tree lighting.
Awesome. How has the member outreach been for you guys? Have you?
Good. Yeah, people have been pretty positive to the change. And at the same time as the name change, we have reinstalled the main gallery upstairs and the entrance gallery. So the main gallery is now the Gordon B. Langton Gallery. And we've got like the highlights of the collection are there. And we did get some grant funding from the Schwartz Foundation to redo the lighting. So it's really dramatic. It's it's very striking as you come in. You've got the light that goes right onto those old pigments and just really lights them. They look like they're lit up almost from the inside, which is really cool. And then the entrance gallery now is called the Greek Gallery. So it's got Greek-focused icons, including a Fayum mummy portrait, which is something really unusual and unique. So even that, I think, is worth a visit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. We do have also, as far as programming, we have the NIPRA Foundation sponsored free first Sundays. The first Sunday of every month is free. So I always tell people you have nothing to lose.
Right.
Just come in, see if any of them speak to you. It's really, and then, and then talk to a docent, talk to someone at the front desk. Everyone's, I think we're known for our friendly welcome. Yeah. And everyone is always welcome to tell, is eager to tell you about what you're looking at exactly.
Yes.
So yeah, so definitely come in for those. And
if it's free, there's first Sunday of the month coming right up. For what are the hours?
So the hours were open Thursday through Sunday. Okay. And 10 to 4. during that time. There are additional, sometimes for our groups, we will do those on other days when we're not open to the public. However, we are always there. You know, we work regular hours and then we're open over the weekend. So
Great.
yeah.
And if someone was interested in hosting an event with you guys, how would they get a hold of you?
Yeah, they should get in touch with us and we can see if we can see if we can accommodate. There's, like you said, there's different event spaces. We do
Mhm.
have some board retreats and meetings and things like that. So
Great.
yeah.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to be here today, and we'll probably be back to the museum, sure, with the chamber.
Yeah, great. My pleasure. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.